we're live. We did go on early, so fantastic.
Wow.
Okay, we're a little bit early, guys. Family, friends. Andrea came over for dinner. New life, Albania. So you did a big hike just going to Macedonia. Yeah, tell us about it. How did you end up in Macedonia on a hike? That's a heck of a hike.
We actually didn't plan it. We had hiked into the mountains behind Tushimesht, and we were hiking up the mountain, and it was a really beautiful hike. But then we were met by a pack of angry dogs that basically let us know that they did not want us to go any further. So Jesse and I turned around. We went back to Tushimesht, and we were sitting there having lunch, and we're like, it's only noon. We don't want to go home yet. And I was like, we could go to this monastery right on the other side of the border. And at first he was like, no. He's like, can you cross the border on foot? I'm like, I don't know. Let's go find out.
So did you see the border crossing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we could see it visually, and we had no idea what it would be like. So we just walk up to it, and we're just kind of looking at the guards. We're like, can we be here? And they just kind of wave us through.
Right.
And we go and we stand in line with the car. So we had a car in front of us. We go get up in line behind it. Eventually, a car came up behind us, and we're just standing there. And we just walk up to the gate, and we hand them our passports, and she kind of looks at us and asks us what we're doing. I said, we're hiking over to the monastery. And she's like, okay, and you're coming back? And I was like, yep. And she stamped us and let us through.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool. Real quick, Elo, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hope you guys are doing good. We're doing great. Andrea, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
She came over for dinner today, which was a nice surprise. So we really enjoyed it. Patron Accommodations. Hello. How you doing? There's my wife, Zam, if you guys know, and she'll be coming in. So it'll be good to go. So what was you saw an old church, right?
It's a monastery, and it was actually built in the year 905.
Wow.
And it's been really well preserved. It's absolutely stunning. And they didn't actually want us to record on the inside of the monastery. So we didn't, but the inside was the most amazing part. There were frescoes all over the walls, all the way on the ceiling. There were old carvings, and St. Nam himself is actually buried in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I love old artwork like that. I think it's fantastic. Very good.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
So did you have some dogs chase you off the mountaintop?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That was really scary. So we were hiking up the mountain, and Jesse was ahead of me. He's always ahead of me. So I'm used to not seeing him. He wasn't that far ahead, but the trail was kind of closed in and windy. Okay. So he was up there, and I'm just hiking along, and then all of a sudden I heard a pack of dogs that were clearly aggressive start barking and growling, and I knew it was Jesse, and I was terrified. I didn't know if he was being attacked or what. So I just took off running and screaming, Jesse, and he responded right away, fortunately, and I could tell by his response that he was okay. He was just trying to stay calm. So he was like, Mom, there's dogs. And I said, okay. I could see him. I could see one dog in front of him that was just barking at him, growling. Right. And he said, let's turn around. I said, yep, we're turning around.
But that was an all-day adventure for you.
It was. So we had planned on taking that hike all the way to another town over, it starts with a P, and I can't think of what it was called, but it's a really long loop hike. It would have been like an 11-mile hike. We were barely getting started when we met this pack of dogs. But the main goal of the hike was to see some really nice views, and we were just about at the top of that mountain, so we had a lot of nice views. So it wasn't by any means a waste. Then we went back to Tushimesht, and then diverted to the monastery.
That is quite the adventure.
It was.
And here's quite the Europass. Hello, glad to catch you live. Glad that you're here. Glad we got a special guest star. New Life Albania, great channel. Hope you guys get to check it out. Rob. Hello from the U.S. I've enjoyed your channel. Thank you so much, sir. I'm really flattered. Thank you very much for saying that. It means a great deal to us. I've got some news I got to tell you guys about here. I got to get that out there. We did a poll because I'm traveling soon, and I put up: am I going to Korcha or am I going to Krakow, Poland? 70% said I was going to go to Korcha to show you guys that. 30% said Krakow. I am going to Krakow. We are going to Krakow, Poland. I'm looking
your math.
Yeah, I thought it was careful a little bit. So yeah, we'll be in Krakow for a couple of days, at least 4. And then when I do, I don't know how it happened. I totally screwed up with the airlines. So it shows me going to Krakow, and then instead of Krakow coming home, It said, I'm going to this town in Italy. And I was pissed. And I corrected it. And then I looked up the town I never heard of, Ancona, Ancona. And it's stunning right on the beach. And I was thinking, I should have left it and just got another
Couldn't
flight.
leave well enough alone.
Yeah, because Angel's going to be gone for 3 weeks. So I could have went to Poland and back to Italy, which would have been nice. But I live and learn. So Krakow, looking forward to it. Never been to Poland. So should be something I look forward to for a long time. Europats, fellow Texan here, North Central. Whereabouts? Because we're in Fort Worth, in Saginaw, right on top of Dallas. So we say North Central. I'm going to guess Austin. We in Austin? Let me know. Elio, you want to take this one?
Oh, sure. Portrait is so beautiful. Need to visit there.
I've heard that. I know you have too. Yeah. Especially in the winters. Much cooler, get some snow, but it is going to be on the list. I might do both, very soon. So we'll see. We'll see, definitely. Okay, you're past 45 minutes east of Dallas. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Sounds good. How are you guys doing? I've been hearing it's just the home insurance and everything just going nuts there. So I hope you're all right, man. I'm going to miss Texas. I admit that. And last time you were in Ohio or Florida?
Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we went back for 2 or 3 weeks. I can't remember exactly. Yeah.
Very cool. Very good. But I'm looking forward to Krakow. Krakow's going to be good. Things here almost to the day. When is today? The 23rd. Yeah, this is our 11th month anniversary, being over here. So that's great. Yeah. Next month's going to be a year here in Albania. Can't believe it's gone that fast.
Yeah.
But we're loving every minute of it. So it's been quite the adventure. We'll probably do like a 1-year review and just go over everything from the cruise to get here, the selling everything, to 6 or 7 months in Toronto, then finally to here and the different cities we visited. We've been really blessed. So things are really good. Have we seen it all? No, but we will. And what's good is a lot of times we're going to be traveling with Andrea and Jesse, which would be cool. So we're looking forward to that. Hi from Huntsville, Alabama. How you doing? How you doing in the Final Four? I know that's going on right now. Doing all right? All right. You guys got a great football team. Always on top. Now, Europats. Texas is ridiculous right now between insurance and taxes. It's hard to own a home these days. Yeah, I know, buddy. I was paying like $6,000 a year just in real estate tax. It was crazy. Want to take this one?
Sure. Can't wait for June. We'll be spending 5 weeks there. Here in Colorado now, it's the season. The weather throws lottery numbers, so can't wait.
Yeah.
yeah. Ohio's the same way this time of year. It's a different season every 4 hours.
Right, especially this time of year, it's going to be flipping back and forth, hot and cold, hot and cold. Mm-hmm. KK, is that your wife? No, this is Andrea. We look at her like a daughter, her and Jesse. So we've been friends before we moved here. We were both, she was in Ohio, I was in Texas, and we were bouncing ideas off of each other, and thank God for that.
Right around the time that we realized that we were strongly considering Albania to move to. I started researching and I found your videos, and you were talking about moving to Albania. So it was really helpful for us, and we met you guys as soon as we came over here.
Right. My wife is Zamzam. You're going to see her in the chats. ZAM. See that ZZAM? That's my wife. Okay. Hey, Pat. Oh, okay. That's my wife. Allison. Hey, Patrick. From Russ and Allison in Florida. Glad got to catch you live. How you guys doing? Yeah. Whereabouts are you down there in Florida? I was at Cocoa Beach. I forgot you used to live.
Cocoa Beach.
Cocoa Beach. Okay, mm-hmm. Fantastic. Yeah. We were back when we took our cruise here. Was the last time I was here. That was in 2023, but we're only there for a few days. Before that, I was stationed there 81 to 82 at Patrick Air Force Base.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 81 to 82. Yeah.
Did I know that?
No, I think you did.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Patrick Air Force Base.
What's interesting, it was my first.
It's a Space Force.
Right, now it says Space Force on it. Mm-hmm. What was funny is it was the first base I got put to, and it's my name.
Yeah.
Patrick Air Force Base. Right. Allison's at Palm Bay, south of Cocoa.
Yeah.
You realize that?
Yep, sure do.
All right.
Absolutely. I had a place in Palm Bay for a little bit.
Fantastic. I miss Florida. The only thing with Florida with me is that the humidity was something else. The mosquitoes and the palmetto bugs. But other than that, I very much enjoyed Florida. Want to take this one?
Sure. We're pretty sure we're going to end up in France. that's where the research is leading us. Oh, that's cool. I'd be interested in knowing more about that. What is it about France that you all have been researching?
Yeah, I've been reading that's becoming a hotspot for expats now. More and more people are going to France, going to Spain as well.
Yeah.
And there's Jeff. How you doing? Sorry you're late. Don't worry about it, Jeff. Don't worry.
Hi,
Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Andrea's here. Jeff, so there you go. So let's see. Alan Schmidt. Hi, Zanem. Good to see you here. Yes, that's my wife, Allison. So thrilled she's here too. She helps out a lot. The brains of the outfit.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Certainly the brains of the outfit. But so after 11 months, how many months have you know?
So we're 2 months behind you. It's about 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it strange how fast it's gone?
Oh, it's gone really fast.
In a good way, though. So
Yeah,
things are clicking
absolutely.
along really good. Jess is out with his buddy, so he didn't get to have dinner, but we're going to send him over a plate of food.
Yeah.
So we'll take care of it. We'll take care of it. Rushi, how you doing? Hi, Patrick. I have a question. You stated that you wire transfer funds from Schwab to pay for your home in Albania. Schwab's investor checking doesn't allow international transfer, so how do you do it? You're going to have three different. You got your checking account. I got my IRA account, and there's a third account. I had to transfer funds into that, and then they send the wire. They'll walk you through it. I forget the name of it. Oh, it's going to bother me. External something. But there are 3 accounts that you can have with them. So I transferred $68,000 into it, and then they wired over money. Please call them, and then they'll walk you right through it. So and it was easy. And they were able to transfer in euros, too, which I really appreciate. Let's see. You want to take this one?
Hi guys, I'm hoping to bring my dog and maybe my cat when I move there. Do you know if it's difficult to find rentals that accept pets? Yes and no. So I found that most places don't list that they'll accept pets. A lot of places don't even consider that an option. Like if you look on the rental sites where you have filters, they don't even list pet friendly as a filter on a lot of these sites. What you have to do is talk to the realtors or even the landlords and just negotiate with them. Because a lot of them will open up to the idea. For example, the place that I'm renting now, when I asked them if I could bring my cat, they said no. It was just a flat no. And I was like, well, what if I gave you a pet fee every month? And they're like, sure. It was that easy. So everything's negotiable in Albania.
Very true. Very true. Guitar. Hey, Patrick, Andrea, bless you and thank you for what you do. I'm a musician looking to relocate to Albania. Any advice on a shipping container? I was asked that before for my equipment. And what city is best for storage? I would say in Toronto, and you could probably find more places for music in Toronto as well. I know that there's storage places here, but neither one of us are really using a storage place, so I really can't answer that well, buddy. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I wonder about those shipping containers. I looked into that briefly a long time ago when I thought I might just ship all my stuff over here. The prices vary so much from company to company. I really can't give you a solid answer on that. But yeah, I think the best price I found was like maybe $1,000 for like a small box.
Okay. Europat's cost of living, cost of housing, cost of healthcare, passive income requirement is low enough. There's a lot of things. It's beautiful also, and the food is great.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, my expanding waistline will agree with you. Sorry, you want to take that one? It's up to you.
There are a lot of companies out of New York owned by Albanians, and they can take care of that. Oh yeah, it's funny. I meet a lot of Albanians here, and they say they have family. And anytime I ask, where are they? It's always New York. Right. Sometimes Chicago, sometimes Connecticut, but a lot of them go to New York. Yeah. So I think a lot of them have connections there.
Absolutely. So that was a good question with the pets. That was right up your alley.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, so that worked out well.
Yeah, we moved here. It was just my son and I, but we had planned on bringing our little dog with us. So I actually did a lot of research ahead of time. We had even got her plane ticket and carrying stuff before we came, but then unfortunately she passed away shortly before we came.
I remember that. You were asking me about dog food over here and stuff.
Yeah.
Want to take it on?
Sure. One?
I guess.
Where are we?
Right here, Rushi. Okay, I am well, April. Okay, you started in April. So, but I'll still mention it. Looking to sell everything and sizing down to be ready for the move. Rushi, when are you coming? Do you have the month down yet? Just put it on the chat. You guys don't be afraid to ask a question. What we like to do, a lot of times people do lives and questions are rolling and they're not answering any questions. We want to be the opposite, so we want to answer your questions. So please don't be afraid. What I'm afraid of is you guys aren't going to ask any questions. I'm going to feel kind of stupid sitting there just looking at it. But yeah, please, if you can, ask a question, ask away. Europass, when is April going to go on one of your alley cat walks? She has. The thing is, April just doesn't want the camera. She just doesn't like the camera, never has. Happy wife, happy life. You know how that goes. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't want, I'm not going to force it on her. She has gone on some of the walks, and when I'm filming, I'll be in front of her. But a lot of times when she knows I'm going to be filming, she's just not going to be there. It's just not her thing. Everyone's got a thing. Mm-hmm. That's
Jesse's kind of like that too. He doesn't love the camera. He's kind of okay with being in the background and saying some things in the background, but he's not one to like really have the camera in his face.
Gotcha. Want to take that?
Where are we?
Oh, yeah. Greetings.
Greetings from an Albanian living in Portland, Oregon. Thank you for promoting Albania. Oh, we love Albania.
Yes.
It's easy to promote.
Yeah, the scenery is beautiful. The people are beautiful. Been very welcoming. Both of our families feel very blessed to be here. So things are going really well. Great decision that we made. As you guys would say, havash, havash. Just relax. So everything's good. Let's see. Rushi's hard, but once it's done, it's done. It feels awesome. My wife loves it here too. Look at that. Look at Rushi right here.
Where are we? Right. Sorry, I keep losing track of where we are.
It's okay. Oops.
Rushi?
Yeah.
Hopefully I will be there in summer of 2027 if everything goes well. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. You got an itinerary plan. You're going to pop into Toronto, visit around. So I hope it works out for you. But good for you. It's a big move. I found it a little bit difficult. When we got here, we only had 4 suitcases and 2 backpacks. And that was challenging to take everything you consumed over your life and bring it down that little bit to come over. So, but I wish you the best of luck, man. Are you retiring, or are you going to come over here and work online, or what? Now, here's one for you.
Andrea, I remember hearing you say you were planning to bring your dog. That's why I asked when I saw you. Sorry, she passed. Oh, yeah. She, it was really difficult and really unexpected. But I like to share when I can what I learned about traveling with pets and bringing them over here, because I think pets are part of the family and you can't always leave them behind.
Irving, Albania loves you. Man, that means the world to us. That means everything to us. Believe me, we're grateful to be here and grateful to your people. People are fantastic. The Europat sounds like you got marriage figured out. Happy wife, happy life. Yep, that's just the way it was. Was you all deciding factors on Albania? A lot of it had to do with their pro-American country, the visa situation, cost of living, beauty, culture. There were a lot of things with it that really decided. And the more I studied it, the more boxes it checked off. Yeah. And we really figured, let's say we were here 6 months and decided we didn't like it, we'd leave. Now, I was so happy to get residency and then to buy a place. I'm a 1-minute walk to the beach. Just remarkable. And the people have been fantastic to us, very helpful. And even if I butcher the language, I'll see a smile on their face. They know I'm trying, and they'll help out.
It was similar for us too. We were looking at the Mediterranean. I always heard that a Mediterranean lifestyle was very healthy and rejuvenating. So we were actually looking at Greece first. But the parameters to get in were a little bit difficult, and the income requirements. I had to meet the income requirements for 2 people since I was bringing my son, not just one. And it started to feel stressful. I didn't know if I could meet their requirements. And then I just started looking around and started exploring Albania. And like you said, it just started checking all the boxes.
From Elo, what's your guys' opinion on life in Albania in general, especially Pokredet? Love the small cities. Awesome. Couldn't be better. Really nice. I like the small cities myself. When I was younger, I would have took Toronto in a heartbeat. I still like Toronto, don't get me wrong, but get younger, they have all the nightclub life and running around. But older, I want a little bit more of a quiet life. Yeah. So Rushi, hubby will be retired. I'll be living off his Social Security until I can apply for mine. Good for you. I know you're getting close. Get close. You want to take this one?
Where are we?
Right here.
Any tips for selling all your possessions prior to moving? I just accepted early retirement. It went up for May 31st. Have to sell the house and everything else quickly. Any tips?
Get a good realtor. Also, I didn't go for top dollar because I could see the housing market was struggling. it was almost paid off, but it wasn't. But I did not go to top dollar just because I needed it moved quickly. We didn't lose a lot, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I see people that they want too much for their house and the house doesn't sell. I just didn't have the time. Okay. Want to take Mary?
How do we handle after the 1 year is up? If we want to return to Albania after 90 days, can we keep our rental agreement? What happens to our bank accounts? Thank you.
Got
You might be able to help me better with this.
Okay.
So yeah, go. You start.
After 1 year, you can exit for 90 days and come back. It's not 90 days in a 180-day period. What happens to your bank accounts? Absolutely nothing. If you're referring to your American bank accounts or if you're referring to an Albanian bank account, absolutely nothing will happen to it. You'll be good to go. What was the other part of the question? Can we keep our rental agreement? Sure, as long as you're paying it. You know what I mean? Just like anything else. So, but yes, you can keep it.
And what I'm finding is, for me, it's actually really easy to apply for residency online. I don't know if that's true for all cases, but I'm able to apply for the digital nomad visa, and it's an online application process, and it's only about 140 euros per person, and it's actually really simple and straightforward.
Okay, the Europass, we started with Italy, but then the consuls decided to double their passive income requirements for couples. We were devastated, but firmly believe things happen for a reason. You know, being half Italian, I looked hard at Italy, real hard, but man, they make it difficult. My uncle has been trying to get residency there through Heritage, and he's been working on it for years. Italy seemingly just wants you to visit 90 days and get out, or buy property that the Italians themselves won't buy, which is kind of scary. So, you know, I don't get it, but it doesn't look like they want you there long term. Like I said, I'm half Italian. I'm not putting down Italy, so please realize that it's just hard. You know, where Albania, it's been really easy. Like I said, we feel blessed. Okay, Allison, hey Patrick, Russ here. Still couldn't believe our dinner out was only $44. Yeah, and
that's high.
That's high. I was just saying, you got splurged. Usually, you know, that'd be like for the four of us to go out.
Yeah, there has been a couple times where the four of us went out and the bill's been around $40.
Right, right. So you'll see the longer you're here, you'll know how to pick off in the menu of how to save money. But 44, good for you though. I know what you're saying though, in comparison to the U.S., because we would go to Applebee's before we moved out here, and I'd drop close to $100 just on two of us. Now it's for Applebee's.
Yeah.
So let's see. Want this one?
Are you going to do a video at his restaurant?
Which restaurant are you talking about? I must have missed that one. I know I did a couple of restaurants that are my favorites here. Which restaurant are you talking about, Allison? So just so I know, I must have lost it in the conversation. Please forgive me. Let's see. Allison. That was because Allison ordered a liter of wine. You're busted.
It's cheap here, yeah.
Yes, I?
Russ and Allison are the couple we went out with.
Oh, Russ, I'm so sorry. April just reminded me, who am I speaking with here? So forgive me, I'm so sorry. Russ came out and Allison, wonderful couple, and they're looking hard right now at Durrës, living in Durrës.
Nice.
And I have to, we got along so good. I was kind of disappointed that you weren't picking Povertas, but I know you enjoyed Povertas. But either way, man, you got to go whatever city that you want. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you at first as being the Russ and Allison that were here. Please forgive me. But it's good to hear from you guys, man. I'm glad you're doing well. I know you had 2 places to sell. I know you wanted to do some woodwork and stuff. You'll be happy.
Oh, that's cool.
You'll be happy. And Allison, ordering that liter of wine, shame on you. It's good for you, though.
The wine's really good here.
It is very good here. And the beer's like $2. $2 for beer. If you get the beer in the restaurant, they're going to charge you about $2. Corey, hey, Patrick, I know you said you also looked at Skopje. I love Skopje. What was your opinion of Skopje? In this very historical city, how does it compare to the size and amenities of Povertas? It's bigger than Povertas. Each city's got its own vibe. I just love it there, especially the pedestrian walking street. Gorgeous. I can just stay right there forever. Very laid back like here. Interesting things with there. There's not one stoplight in Skopje, not one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's known as there's a ton of people with bicycles here in Toronto, but in Skopje, they're known for everyone's got a bicycle. That's all you see is people riding bicycles everywhere. So very chill, very laid back. They're known for their photography as well. But When it came to buying it, I told our realtors Poker Desk or Scotia, and I'd be happy either way. Find me a deal. That was good to go. Allison, one house sold. Good for you. I know you're talking about it. Business sold. Getting closer.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
man. So I'm glad it's working out for you guys. So way to go. Way to go. Okay, you want to take that?
What do you guys consider the best cities for retirees in Albania? Coastal towns, but that aren't too big. What about Gollum?
I like Gollum. To me, it was a little bit too small, but everyone's different. Golem's cool. I very much enjoyed it. I would live in Durrës and visit Golem. What I liked about Golem is a great place to escape. You want to vanish, you just got to get things out of your head. A lot of people, Saranda and Vlora.
But based on what he's saying, I would imagine that Saranda and Vlora might not be the vibe that he's looking for. Okay. I was thinking maybe Durrës or Golem. A little bit slower, not quite so much hustle and bustle.
Let's pump up our city. I think there's another city that's got a really nice beach. What's the name of it? Oh, yeah, Poker Desk. Where we live at. Really nice beach, very laid back. Yeah. So
it's not coastal, but we have a beach.
Yeah, really nice beach. Huge lake, gigantic. That's my wife talking. Phil Henry, Patrick, are you familiar with the digital report population forecast? It looks positive for Albania. I'm not familiar with it, but I will say everywhere we look, there's just infrastructure just going up, being improved. Things are booming. Toronto just likes a building zone. All you see is cranes working.
Tons of construction.
So things are really turning. They got that 4-lane highway they're working on from here to Toronto. I know they're building the train station they're working on right now from Durrës to Toronto, and then it's going to spiderweb out to different cities. I know the other airport that's near Vlora is supposed to open this year.
Oh, is it?
It was supposed to. I know it was supposed to open earlier, but COVID messed it up. Yeah, so it slowed it down. So we'll see. But you can just see the infrastructure really popping there. What cities more forecast less populated?
More forests?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't want to make something up. I really don't. I don't know that one at all. Any ideas?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think all the main cities that people always hear about are growing, but it's hard to tell.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, another city. It's landlocked. Well, it's not really landlocked.
Korea.
Yeah, there you go. Korea. Yeah, Korea.
I don't think that says touristy. I don't think it says growing as quickly, but it's beautiful. They have the Kashtama National Park there, which has some magical healing air and some amazing views. But I don't think a lot of people are planning on moving there. They don't have that tourist draw yet, or that expat draw yet. So yeah, that might be a place to consider.
Elio, very good. Villages in Poker Desk. Yeah, like Lynn. We went to Lynn. Lynn was beautiful. We both really enjoyed that. Oh, very good.
Magical little town.
Right. And I just got back from where we had last summer, me and you and Jess in April. Drilling, yeah.
I think Jesse went there with his friend today.
Oh, very good. Yeah, that's another village going the other way. I did do some videos of it, but I haven't put them together or posted them yet, but I will. Beautiful. Very chill place. Elio, you really know this country. Mocher and Celeste. We've been to Celeste. That's where the tombs are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm 90% sure. Elio, wow. Is that the city where the tombs are? And we both shot videos of the Illyrian tombs that were there. Just shocking.
Yeah.
Cool
little villages tucked into the mountains. You really feel detached from the rest of the world when you're back there.
Urban Korcha forest, less people. Yeah, I would say that. Also, less people. I fell in love with Fear. A lot of people were like, don't go to Fear. I loved Fear. I really did. And far less popular, less crowded, less run around. I enjoyed Fear.
That's outside of Vlora?
Fear? More land, like more in. You can't hit the beach from there. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. Celeste is where the tombs are. Yes, absolutely. Cool. And we were all the four of us were there.
Cool.
It was fascinating. And they haven't even found everything yet. So there's still a lot more to unearth there. Yeah. A lot of history there. You're exactly right, man. What was that? They're like the oldest village in all of Europe, right? Was it like
Lynn?
Yeah.
Lynn is. They were talking about the other one.
It's got to be a city.
So right now the carbon dating says that Lynn is, or that there's actually the settlement was off of Lynn a little bit. It's actually covered in water now.
Right. And
Yeah.
what was it, 85,000 years old? Or 8,500 years
That's
old?
where that's where it's currently dated.
Yeah, 6,000 years before the birth of
Mhm.
Christ is just amazing to me.
Mhm.
It's shocking to me. Want to answer that?
I've seen several people complaining about litter being excessive in Albania. I don't see much of that in your videos. Is it true? Keep in mind, I'm from New York, so I'm not expecting inaccuracy.
Yeah.
It's funny. I heard a lot of people complaining like, oh, Tirana is so dirty. And I was like, have you been to Dayton, Ohio?
Right.
Because
Los
to
Angeles.
me, yeah. I mean, I've worked in some rough areas, and I'm like, yeah, there's some litter, but I mean, I've seen worse. Now, I will say, both in Tirana and in Pokradec, I've taken some walks in some of these outskirt villages. They're very poor villages, and I don't think they have trash pickup, and you do see some more litter out there. The areas where I've seen litter are pretty small. Overall, the country feels very clean. Like the lake itself, there's not a lot of litter. You don't see chemicals floating around in the water and things like that. Like you'll notice in Florida, I'm from Florida, so I can say, there's a lot of beautiful waterways in Florida. You go to visit and you just see chemicals floating across the top of the water, so.
Right. And Pokradec is cleaner than Toronto, though.
Yes,
I'll say that.
for sure.
They're constantly cleaning here, which is
Yeah.
really good. Let's see. Linda's oldest village is Campanile. You're exactly right. And there's more to explore. Yes, there is. They're going to find so much stuff.
I'm going to find stuff. Jesse and I,
Right.
we've already said, we're like, oh, we got to bring a pickaxe. we're not gonna bring a pickaxe to the tombs or anything. But I'm just saying, we hike so much. I'm hoping that we'll stumble across something cool.
Elio, you guys need to visit the museum. Okay. April and I have, and I thought it was you're talking about the museum that's here in Pokradec, I believe. And I thought it was very cool, very inexpensive. The guy spoke really good English. Took us, I think it was $2 a piece, just to go there. And I did a little donation too. So it was a really cool place. We'll take you guys there.
That'd be cool.
Want to do, Corey?
Do you see many people, especially Americans, doing van life in Albania? With all of the beautiful sights, it seems like it might be an interesting thing to do. That's interesting. I was wondering that too. And I've recently found a couple of YouTube channels where people were van lifing through Albania. And I've heard other people just kind of mention it, but I don't know a ton about it. But what I have learned is that camping here and overnighting is so much easier than in the US. Because I did a lot of research on it in the US, because I considered van life in the US. And you have to be really careful about where you park, unless you're in the back country and all that. But here, you can pretty much park and camp anywhere. No one really bothers you. So even though I'm not sure that there's a ton of people doing it, I think it might actually be pretty easy here and pretty safe.
Yeah, I noticed here, especially all around Lake Ora, all you see is campsites.
Yeah.
Campsites. So there's a lot of camping.
Yesterday, when we were hiking, we found these really beautiful spots. And every time we go hiking, we come across campsites.
Right.
And in the US, you can't do that in a lot of places unless it's specifically marked or you have specific permission. You can't just camp wherever you want, whenever you want, unless it's like a national forest.
Now look at this for Tammy. Hey guys, I'm coming there in June with my family and staying for good. Flights are booked. We were flying from LA to London and then, or is that Louisiana? It's got to be Louisiana to London and then on to Toronto. Can't wait. Congratulations. Good for you. You're going to like it. Stay in Toronto for a bit, explore other cities. So congratulations. I'm happy for you. So you say for good, I'm guessing you're retiring. So wonderful. Glad to see it. Want to take with you?
You were talking about fear, Patrick.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be a nice city to live in? Also, how far is it from the sea?
Now, I tried to go there with a taxi cab driver. He was trying to take me to a particular beach. We didn't communicate really well, but maybe 20 minutes by cab. I like Fear. I could see living there very easy. I am told that when I was there, April, was that September or October? But I hear in the summer it gets super hot like Toronto. So if you don't mind it being super hot, because Toronto last summer was brutal. It was hot. It was really hot. But yeah, I like Fear. I could see living there. Okay. James Lightheart. We kind of know about it. Absolutely. James is really cool. Met him a couple times. I've seen him play basketball. If you guys want to see a beautiful channel, go to his channel. Excellent storyteller. Really nice guy. Okay. Tammy, Los Angeles. Okay, so it wasn't Louisiana, Los Angeles. Can you take a direct flight from LA to England? Or are you stopping somewhere along the way? But good for you. Get out of Los Angeles. Get out. I always say I escaped California. But it's just the cost of living there. will just kill you.
Yeah.
But good for you, Tammy. I'm very happy for you. Okay. But camping stuff, that's right. There's a lot of things on that. And that's right up your alley.
Yeah. I've been looking into it, and actually, I asked James on his channel about camping, and he told me that he feels like you can pretty much camp anywhere, and I've seen that on other people's channels as well. That seems to be the general consensus, is that you can, as long as you're not on someone else's land and causing any trouble, you can pretty much set up camp anywhere.
Yeah, we see it on the beach here, huh?
Yeah.
Just people pitching a tent around the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Not sure. Poker Desk forever. Darn right. We love it here, man. It's our home, so no, we're staying here. We'll be doing our travel. This will be like a base for us, and then we're going to cruise around, check out some other places. Want to check that out?
Colorado is headed that way too, unfortunately. I'm looking for moving for good back in Albania, and this channel is helping. Aw.
Oh, great. I'm glad. Check out her channel. She's got a lot of information too. We bounce things off each other. So New Life Albania is her channel. Great channel. Like I said, if I don't know something, she picks it up, and we go back and forth. So things are good. So I'm talking to you, Rushi.
Hey, Andrew, has Jesse left for the States already? No, he hasn't. He's actually hanging out with a friend tonight. He's going to be leaving probably early May.
So cool. Yeah, she's going to be sad. I know. I feel it.
I think the longest we've ever been apart was about 2 weeks. So this is going to be a solid maybe 3 months, maybe even a little longer. So it's going to be difficult.
She has us. We'll take care of her.
Yeah.
Are you guys from Europats? Are you guys planning on seeking permanent residency there? Yes. I already got my 5-year, and who's working on hers. What they'll do is you get your 5-year, and then you can put in for permanent residency, or you can put in for dual citizenship. Now, the reason that 5 years there is very smart. So before I can put in for permanent, they're going to look at my first 5 years. Did I have trouble with the law? Did I do anything screwy like that? So it's kind of like a vetting period for 5 years. But it's wonderful to know I don't have to leave for 90 days or nothing like that. So we will definitely at least get permanent residency. Are we going to go for dual citizenship? April really wants it. We'll see how things go. But definitely permanent residence. So now we got our feet. We got our roots in the ground now. So things are good to go. Let's see. Poking eye on the summer is something different. Yes, we were here last summer. As a matter of fact, visiting a few times. Really enjoyed it. But all the shops were open. A lot of people walking. What's interesting is when all the families come out together, and little kids and their mothers and parents, you see everyone going for a walk.
Very family oriented.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And they are very family oriented. Yeah. Now, where you are in Poker Desk, we are about a minute walk to the beach. Okay, that's about the best I can tell you right now. About a minute walk to the beach. We're right on top of it. So our location.
You just walk fast. It takes me more than a minute.
I think the elevator ride's longer than the walking. Yeah, April's walking quick now, so trying to keep up with her. Okay, so we're really close, very close to the beach. So we're very happy. We're very blessed. So good. Elo, the evening walk is so relaxing. Yes, it is, especially right on the boardwalk. Right on the beach. Absolutely gorgeous. So gorgeous.
Never gets old.
Want to take that one?
Where are we?
Right here.
You've made up your mind. Well done. It's moving. The climate is excellent there. It is. And one thing that I was talking about recently in my videos is that every season has something to offer here. And that's something we were looking for, was I want to experience all the seasons, not just like I lived in Florida where it's just hot. I lived in Ohio where winter is just wet. And here it seems like it has a good mix of all the seasons, and there's always going to be something to do.
Corey, I'm trying to read it before it goes. Maybe I can convince you guys to try the other digs near you guys. Like I said, I bought this place. So this is home. I ain't going nowhere. How money you have? You are almost 2 years on vacation. We have 2 pensions that we're living on right now. That's our income. So. And
I have a job.
Right. So
I actually still work in the U.S.
Right.
Remotely.
It's really good though. Really good. She's smart on that computer. From Timmy, you want to do that one?
Do you look in the Southeast Asia before you move? I did. I think you did too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was looking at Philippines. We were looking at Cambodia, believe it or not.
We looked at Thailand. We were really looking at Thailand.
So you're past. Does it get super hot there? You know why? Texas heat. Yep. Sure don't want to feel that forever. Texas has brutal summers. brutal. Here, what's good about Poker Desk, because the elevation, a lot of people from Toronto will come here on, for the weekends to escape the heat here in Korcha, because it is much cooler in the summer. Skip, excuse me. Hello, Patrick. Skip.
That's a language.
Yeah, I always mispronounce that. Hello, Patrick. I'm an Albanian from Elbasan, who has been living in the U.S. for over the past 28 years. My wife and I had our honeymoon in Poker Desk. We love Poker Desk. And you guys seem to love it as well. Very much so. It was
very much so.
Probably the best decision that the four of us made, as a matter of fact.
This is interesting. Civil law system except in the northern rural areas where customary law known as the Code of Lecce is still present.
I'm unfamiliar with that, to be honest with you, Phil. So educate me.
Yes.
Rick, hi kids. Arrived in Toronto April 18th and then Valora for 2 months. Good.
Yay.
Hope we have a chance to cross paths. Rick and Ava. I hope so. I'm going to, will I be back from, I should be back from Poland by then. I said earlier, going to Krakow, Poland for a while. Then we're going to come on back. So April's going to be in the U.S. for 3 weeks. So as long as I always help you, as long as I'm in town, love to meet you. Love to have a cup of coffee with you. Do you know about? I can't pronounce that word. Illuminati. Yes, I've heard of it. Don't know too much about it. I apologize. Do you know anything about it?
No.
Okay. Phil, I wonder what LEC is. The only LEC that I know of is the money. Money is called LEC, but I believe that is just spelled L-E-K without the E. I've seen it spelled with the E. No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We don't know everything. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Timmy, we are looking at Southeast Asia very closely. I like the visa of where you're all at. That made a huge difference, huh? Huge.
The visa made it a lot easier. One of the things about Thailand we were looking at is a lot of people we knew who had moved there were struggling with updating their visas. But for me, the deciding factor was I didn't want to work in the middle of the night. I have to work Eastern time hours, and I want to enjoy the day. I like going hiking and all that. I didn't want to work in the middle of the night. But the visa here is very easy. Yeah.
And LEC is the Albanian currency. Okay. Maybe you mean the code of honor. I was told that is a word called BESA, B-E-S-A. I think that's what you're talking about, which means if you give your word, they take that very serious here. Do you know what cities are warm weather year round? I wouldn't say year round. Even Toronto gets a little bit chilly. But Toronto, Bharat gets very hot in the summer. How is it in the winter? I don't know. I really don't know. How do you move? How do you find the courage to move to another country? That's a borderline impossible for me. Honestly, for me, because I was in the service and I spent 3 years in Western Europe. I noticed a lot of the old military guys aren't afraid to move. But I know what you're saying. Was I fearful in taking my wife? Because when you're single, you can make different decisions. How about yourself?
It was really scary, but to me, it got to the point where after so many years, I'm going to say 16 years since my son was born, of struggling, I felt like I had no choice. I tried so hard to make it, and I could never achieve the quality of life that I wanted. I needed something different. We needed better health. We needed better food, better air, and just a more affordable life.
Exactly.
So
this one's for you.
Andrea, I bet one difference from living in Florida is that you don't have to worry about gators when you wade in the lake. That's so funny. We were talking about that today. Like, that was normal to us. Like, you didn't think of, like, you got used to the dangers of gators and snakes and things like that. And that's just how I grew up. And you didn't go swimming in lakes. And I was telling Patrick, my brother and I used to go catch baby gators when we were like 9 years old. Now I'm like, I couldn't imagine letting my kid do that.
Crazy.
Yeah, but no gators here, so that's great. No sharks either.
Actually, I'm 16 years old, and I live and born in Athens. And my mom and dad are both Albanian. Poker Desk. Okay, very good.
Oh, nice.
And I go in summer for vacations. Every time I miss Poker Desk, I see your videos.
Oh,
very cool. Yeah, I'll always watch our videos, and then make you feel like home. Tim, I think it's on you.
The work schedule, I understand. Good point. Yeah.
Elio, basic, correct, means the word. Yeah, and they take it very seriously when they give their basic. Okay. The Code of Lecce is also known as Canon, a set of rules that regulate society, predates any formal constitutions in the region and beyond. BESA is a sacred Albanian promise. I've heard that they don't just give. You don't hear it all the time, but when they do, it means
I take it seriously.
like I'm gonna have your back. I give you my visa. You know what I mean? So someone will be there. It's their promise. The Europass. My husband Matt, the other half of the Europass, is in law enforcement, and he can't wait to retire and move abroad. And it's getting pretty scary out there. Yes, it is. My wife worked in law enforcement. She was a corrections officer, so she worked at jail, scared the crap out of me. So I'm so glad we got her out of there. Now she did that for 16 years.
That would be scary.
Right. Phil's telling
Andrea, I grew up in Melbourne, Florida. Oh, I love Melbourne. I actually tried really hard to move from Ohio back to Melbourne. My brother lives in the Merritt Island area. I lived in Cocoa Village, and I really loved Melbourne. Unfortunately, I just couldn't afford it, to be honest. But yeah, I love that area. I grew up in Florida, but the prices have really skyrocketed over recent years.
Gotcha. Masha, what do you think about the Albania economy? Since neither one of us are actually working here in Albania, like she's working, but she's connected to America. She works online. I know they struggle. They're not making a lot of money here. But when you think about it, communism only fell 30 some odd years ago. That's really not that long ago. And these are some strong people. They are not afraid of working. Not afraid at all. Yeah, they'll work their tails off. Good people. So we're hoping with all the construction that things will improve for them money-wise. So that's real important to us, because they're good people, like we said. So it'll be cool. Let's see. Rushi, Patrick, are you going to do a video in Vlora, Saranda, and Hamara? I've seen the videos on there soon. Yeah, I'm sure we will. It's going to sound terrible. This is a problem.
I know what you're going to say.
Vlora and Saranda, I was told so many times before we came, you got to go there. And if someone tells me I got to turn right, I'm going left. I
will. I really want to visit those places.
I promise I'll go. If I do, it'll be on the tail end of the tourist season. I don't want to go there when it's slammed and you can't even move. So maybe September. I'll check it out. I know they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But when people said I have to do something, I'll typically go the other way. And that's my fault. That's a personality flaw. Want to take Elo here?
Where are we? The sad part about Albania is that young people are leaving. Yeah. It's scary numbers. It hurts all of us. I've heard that. Right. I've heard that the numbers are staggering, how many people are leaving.
Yeah, especially the young, to get to work, to make decent money, they're going to other parts of Europe. And then coming back with the money or sending the money back. But they're doing what they can to survive. Can't blame them for that. One for you.
Andrew's latest hiking video showed a beautiful hiking spot overlooking the city, lake, and mountains. That was great. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it. Oh, thanks for saying that. Yeah, we have one coming out tomorrow that'll show some more really great views.
And Phil Henry, Albania is about the size of Maryland. Yes, they lost a lot of land. Thank goodness President Wilson stopped that. Yeah, it's small but beautiful. Really vast, too. Mountains, beaches. It's really got it all.
It does. Yeah, I agree.
Want to take that?
Where are we? I am curious to know how Jesse is adjusting. Does he like living in Albania? Does he miss his friends? You mentioned before that he is homeschooled. Has he made new friends in Albania? So he's adjusting really well. One of the unfortunate things about our lives prior to moving here is that he was homeschooled due to my work. Being a single mom, I had a really crappy job as a contractor, and I had to travel for my work. And it kept him on the road, which isn't a great life for a kid. It's not really what a single mom should be doing, but it's what we did. And so he didn't actually have a lot of in-person friends. A lot of his friends were like people he met in the virtual world, gaming friends he met at school, but they ended up just only communicating online. And so it wasn't actually that hard for him to transition. And now that he's here, he's actually meeting a lot more people in person, which is great. He's actually out right now with another 16-year-old Albanian kid. They're hanging out.
Very good. You would also recommend you guys see Kabash. It's a beautiful hike. In an old church.
Oh,
just a beautiful hike. That's right up her alley.
I get excited.
Oh, that's good.
Another one on the list.
Yeah. And next on Brittany, you're really cool. I like her challenge. She's very nice, but it's a question for you.
Oh, hi, Patrick and Andrea. Andrea, do you mind me asking what do you do for a living? I work remotely, but can't leave the U.S. Yeah, I don't mind at all. So I basically do marketing and administration would be the easy way to sum that up. I work for a handful of mental health practices. I do intake coordination, basically sales.
I'm gonna get some water.
And then marketing. So I manage like social media, do some of their website management, and that might be my son.
I'll get it. We have to stay there.
So I kind of do a lot of what would be considered virtual assistants. So there's a lot of different things you can do as a virtual assistant: SEO, social media. Oh, hey, hon. Jesse's here. I don't think he knew we were live streaming, so he just walked into this. So basically what I do is similar to a virtual assistant: sales, marketing, administration, customer service, pretty much all of those things. I think I'm rambling at this point because Jesse's in the background.
Kind of threw us off there.
Yeah.
Usually, Aunt, this is for you too.
Oh, Andrea, I have a 15-year-old. How do you set up homeschooling for your child if you have residency in Virginia? You know, I don't know about Virginia in particular. Our domicile is in Ohio, which made it very easy because the homeschooling laws in Ohio are pretty lax. So we just had to basically send a letter to the superintendent of our school system. So we still have a domicile in Ohio, and he's still in an Ohio school system. And every year I send a letter saying our intent is to homeschool. And then at the end of each year, I have to get a letter from a certified teacher that signs off on his schoolwork. It's actually really easy for us. I don't know too much about Virginia. But that's basically what we did. I think moving to a new country, it's probably best to keep a domicile somewhere in the U.S. if you can for things like this. So basically Jesse's still going to get a high school diploma from the U.S.
That's a really good question, a really good answer.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I liked that a lot. Let's see, Phil, how do Albanian people feel about Americans, especially moving into the country's villages with them? Friendly, respectful of Americans in general. I've had nothing but positive things with them. I think one of the best things that we ever did, and Andrea that does this really well too, is at least say thank you, hello, greetings, learn how to say please. And as long as you do that and you respect them, they're going to respect you tenfold back.
Yeah.
Really amazing how good they are. The country villages and stuff, is there a lot of Americans? No, I'd say most Americans, Durham and Toronto.
Yeah, definitely the bigger cities.
Yeah.
Definitely Tirana, Durrës would be the big ones.
But we're pretty much sprinkled throughout the country, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of Americans there. But in general, very friendly. Like I said, just be friendly to them, and they're going to be friendly to you. Be respectful to them; they're going to be respectful to you.
I sense, and I don't know, I haven't visited a lot of countries, so I don't know if I'm the best person to speak on this, but I sense that Albania might be friendlier to Americans than some other countries. Yes. It's a very vague statement, but that's all I'm going to say.
No, they're very pro-American, very pro-American. So it's very good. It's an excellent question, though. So things are going really well. They're going well for you. That's right. Yeah, they're going well for us.
Should we pull Jesse in here?
If he wants to, he's more than welcome to.
Does he know we're live streaming?
Yeah, because April told me, so see if we can get Jesse on here so you guys can meet Jesse. From Elo, Povernet loves Americans. That's always good to know. Okay. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, man? One of the most pro-American countries I've visited. Absolutely. They are pro-American. Sarah Woodrow Wilson. Also, George Bush was the first sitting president to ever come to Albania. They treat him as a rock star. This is Jesse. This is Andrea's kid. Come on over. Go to seat.
Have a seat, guys. Go ahead. Just say hi.
This is Jesse.
Is this what feels like being on live?
Yeah.
Yes, I know. This is my first time being on live.
Let me shrink it. Are 3 of us in there? Oh, we can get 2. There's one. There.
Most of our stuff.
Hi, Elio.
Now I'm going to blow it up so we can see the chat, but they won't be able to see his change.
See how short I am compared to you.
Let's see here. There we go. Really, what's up, Jesse? All right, very cool.
So this is kind of a fun experience. This is my first time live streaming, Jesse's first time live streaming.
So
special
cool.
moment.
Exactly. So,
thanks for sharing it with us.
Yeah, so these are going really good. Let me see. I was just a Wilson Circle today. Oh, you were in Wilson Circle. Absolutely, for President Wilson. A little strange seeing a U.S. president statue in a foreign capital. Absolutely, it is. It's unique. It's absolutely different.
Yeah.
What's really cool is bopping around, you see the American flag.
Yes, quite a bit. Yeah, we're very pro-American here.
Sorry about that.
Don't run away. All right. Yeah, in Tirana, there's things that are named after our president's streets. There's
You coming back?
George
Yeah.
W. Bush
Oh, okay.
Highway,
Yeah.
and but what I've noticed is they seem to be very pro-American, but they don't necessarily choose sides so much.
Correct. In other words, they're not going to be
Aw.
a Democrat or Republican. You know,
Right,
like,
right. They're just
let me
pro-American.
close this a little so I can see. Yeah, we'll go on. So cool. So the reason I'm blowing it up is so I can read the chats because I'm going blind in my freaking old age. It never fails. There's Jeff saying hi to Jesse.
Aw.
Jeff, that Not Dead Yet Adventures, that's his channel. It's a cool channel. You guys get a chance, check it out.
Yeah, we actually just subscribed to your channel today.
Right.
I'm sorry I didn't subscribe sooner.
Jess, I think this one's for you, buddy.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Julia.
Very cool. Let's see. Why? Oops. Gotta get rid of that. There we go. Why does Albania so pro-American? The historical reasons. What happened was Albania was being chopped up. Okay, groups of land was being taken from them, and they were in danger of becoming like a gypsy nation, group of people without a country. And President Wilson put a stop to it. Said, "No, you're not taking any more land from these people." And that's where the love affair started. George Bush, first sitting president to actually visit. And it's funny because in Korea they got that. They actually named stores after him. They got a street named after him. There's a cafe where he ate, and they roped off the table and chairs, so no one's allowed to sit there.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even
except
know
for him.
that.
And there's a
Aw.
statue of Bush, and he's kind of like this, just leaning out there. So, so a lot of things have happened like that. Jesse, right here, this one's for you, buddy. You read out loud.
Do you online homeschooling or have an offline curriculum as well? I do online homeschooling at home. Basically, just 4 hours a day I do homeschooling. That's basically what I want to do here. But
It's considered an online school, but because of the way Ohio has it laid out, we can choose our curriculum,
Oh,
which is
that's
really
cool.
nice. I know that's not true for every state.
That's cool.
So I've chosen this online platform, and that works really well for us.
Cool. Miss Brittany again. Well, love her channel. Would love to hear how Jesse is like living out there out of the U.S. as a teen, especially since I have a teen as well.
Aw.
You digging it out here? How do you feel about it?
oh, I love it here. It's great. It's such a great laid back country. Definitely find a lot more peace here. It was definitely a culture shock here, but definitely in a great way though. It was very eye opening to what the world is really like out here, and
I would agree with that because in the U.S. we are kind of cut off.
Yeah,
we
really
kind of
like-
only see the U.S. When you're out here, you don't just see Albania and Americans. You kind of see how the world interacts together a lot more.
Mhm.
This was close to you, huh? From Springfield, Ohio.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, hi, Rick, neighbor.
Are the train lines operating, Rick and Ava? No, they have some lines that are here, but they're not used. They're abandoned. But right now they're building brand new lines going from Toronto to Durrës, and then once that is completed, it's gonna spread out. So they are building it right now as we speak. Okay. There's Jesse. Are you mountain biking?
Oh, I love mountain biking. That's one of my main hobbies. And back in America, I love mountain biking. I had a really nice mountain bike back there. Unfortunately, I had to leave.
No, it's still in our storage unit.
It's still in our storage unit, but I love mountain biking. It's great. It's a great hobby of mine.
And Brittany, thanks, Patrick. Thank you. You have a wonderful channel. Thank you for being part of ours. So it really helps
We'll
out.
check out your channel.
Yeah. It's
later.
cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like her channel. It's really
Aw.
cool. Elio, I don't like Pops, but I love Fanta. He loves Fanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, April makes sure that she buys some for him and keeps it in the fridge here.
Maybe you'll get a sponsorship. You and your Fantas.
Let's see. Want this one? Got Andrea?
Jesse, are you learning Albanian? It's so much easier to learn new languages when you're young,
Sure.
and I would expect being around other teenagers would be helpful.
That's kind of funny because I did actually meet a Albanian a couple of days ago. We're friends now, but he's helping me learn Albanian a little bit. But I've basically had like an entire year to learn Albanian, but I've always found it so hard to pick it up. Really, it's such a hard language, but I feel like I could have put a lot more hard work into trying to learn it, but I just kind of left it off. But it's definitely a cool language to learn, but very hard.
Yeah, and the nice thing is now you have a couple different people trying to help you. You also have the church group giving you lessons. He had lessons last week with a local church group, and we've tried a lot of different Jesse and I have tried a lot of different ways of trying to learn the language.
Yeah.
I've even made him sit down and read children's books with me in Albanian. He gets kind of
Whatever it
irritated because
takes.
I'm like translating one word at a time.
It's definitely better with in person, like talk to you, teaching it to
It makes
you
a
on how to say it instead of watching like a YouTube video. It's totally different. It's a lot better if you have friends here.
Yeah.
Let's see, from Jeff, I met some crazy young guys up there biking on those hills.
Oh,
I wonder if there's any groups.
yeah. Jesse
That'd
would
be
be really
cool.
into that.
That'd be cool.
These are some serious animals.
Elio, I recommend watching Albanian channels like TV shows. That's actually a good idea.
And even cartoons, yeah. I tried watching an old movie once. I found some old Albanian movie with subtitles, and I thought that would help, but that didn't work. But maybe the cartoons, because cartoons are geared towards helping children learn a
Yeah.
new
Very true.
language. So
Very true.
cartoons are next.
From want to take that one?
I understand it's one of the hardest languages to learn. I've heard that, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like I hear that about every language.
Do you think the language that scares me? A lot of the Asian languages, like
Yeah.
Vietnamese and China, that just
Yeah.
seemed that would be
At least
incredibly
we have
difficult.
a similar alphabet.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, that would be difficult. Though, this is serious for you, Jesse, right here from Phil Henry. Don't know the Fanta Exotic. Fanta is a German Coca-Cola company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was German.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
where you go?
Sure. I like Fanta. Plus me, I can't make that out Fanta. Cool. You want to take that one?
Phil, Fanta Exotic flavor is not sold in the U.S. per my understanding. I think you're right. I don't think we've ever seen that one in the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it. And I'm a big fan.
It's his favorite. It's his favorite. Everybody keeps it in stock for him. So I think it's fun. The mama bear coming out. Anyway,
Yeah.
So it'll be very good. So we talked about your hiking trip. Yeah. Did you really enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great. It was amazing. And it was definitely when we crossed the border, it was a lot more laid back than it would be any near close to America.
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
as far as the crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
so
pretty chill.
All we
They
did
just
was just
looked
like
at our
show
passport.
our passports and walk on through.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was,
How'd you like that no man's land?
dude, yeah, I saw what I talked about was how it was all overgrown and everything.
Right. But the
Yeah.
streets are still in good shape.
Mhm.
But what we're talking about, when you cross the border, I'm not saying it's every border, but from Pokerdesk going to North Macedonia, you cross the border and there's a good half mile maybe.
Not quite that much.
Okay, but where you're in between North Macedonia and in our country, but I just find that fascinating. I don't know much about that.
I know.
It's
We
interesting.
crossed the border. I'm like, oh, that wasn't too hard. And we're walking along. We're like, wait, what's that?
Another
There's
border.
another border crossing. Like, where are we?
Right, exactly. Let's see, Corey Wagner. You want this one, Jess?
None of the major language learning systems have Albanian.
Mm.
I found one company that does live online sessions with people in Toronto.
Oh, that's
really
cool.
Yeah, if you
I wouldn't
can.
mind a live online session.
Yeah.
If you can, throw on some information for us, man. That'd
Yeah,
be helpful.
that'd be
Quite a bit. Here's another one for you, Jesse, right here.
Jesse, do you have an Albanian girlfriend? Are you more attracted to because you're an American?
I think this guy's taking over.
No, I do not have a girlfriend.
He's not allowed.
No, but I do. The woman here in Albania is actually, I think, more beautiful and more attractive. But yeah, I do not have a girlfriend here.
Let's see, from Rick, are there different denomination churches in Pokerdet? I've noticed it's mostly Muslim and mostly Orthodox, as it's in the southern part of the country. You go to the northern part of the country, you see more Catholics, a lot of Catholic churches. That seems to be the main religions. From Jeff, have you heard about rafting in Albania?
Oh, I haven't. No, that would be cool.
It would be cool. It would be very cool.
Yeah.
We'll find out. You know, in North Macedonia, though, we were talking about, they have tour boats, and they got that glass bottom boat.
Yeah.
And this lake is so clear, so the four of us are
Yeah.
going to definitely have to check that out this year. This is towards you, Jess. Elio, what is the flavor of your Fanta?
Tropical.
Tropical. If that explains it. I mean,
It tastes like tropical.
tastes like the Bahamas. There you go.
Very good. B, hello, Patrick. Hello, and everyone in the live. Yes. Well, hello.
Hello.
Thank you very much for being here. See how we spell Patrick? I know it's the Albanians. That's how we spell Patrick without the
Oh.
K. Okay. So hello. Thank you so
It's
much for being here.
unnecessary.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, man. Thanks. Appreciate you. Elio, not that one, try?
Best I can explain is like a tropical flavor, a mixed flavor.
There you go. There's my wife saying hi to B. How about that one? That's more.
Hello from Idaho in the U.S. How is it getting electronics like computer monitors there? Jess can answer that.
Well, in Toronto, it's actually pretty simple, pretty easy. There's separate little stores that are basically electronic stores, and they have like a lot of things from monitors to PCs, all the way like any kind of little tech whiz gadget they can think of. They usually have it. If one little store doesn't have it, usually the one up the road, just like a block away, will have it.
Yeah. Tell them what you got.
I got a PC and a monitor here. At the same tech store. Look in the whole wall.
Yeah, the whole. Yeah, it was like a little hole in the wall
Yeah.
boutique tech store, and he got a whole computer set up. It was really nice.
Yeah, you can find everything in
I
Toronto.
would say. Would you say the prices were comparable to the U.S. or would you say they were cheaper? Because I don't know.
Well, with the import fees, with electronics, I'd probably say it's comparable to America. It's about the same.
Would you have paid the same for your PC setup that you have in the U.S., you think?
Yeah, around the same. Maybe a little bit more, really. But,
Okay, so you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And from Brittany, she loves an orange Fanta. Do you like orange Fanta?
I have to
I know
take
that.
tropical over orange.
Let's see, Patrick. You said you got a bigger TV. That TV doesn't look much bigger. Yeah, I think the other one was like a 30, and this one was a 43. I should have got the 50. I really should. And it's
April, no.
Yeah, she put the hint in me. She goes, you can get the 50, but But what's interesting, there really isn't a spot in the master bedroom for it because where the outlets are. So this is the only place it can hang. So if something mysteriously happened to this TV, like a foot went through it or anything, that I have to get my 50-inch. So we'll see how that goes. April will accept that. I might be in the doghouse for that. So we'll see. Elio, Phil, like the passion fruit, peach, and the orange. Everyone's talking Fanta. Which is cool. Ask anything about no problem. Okay, you want to take this, Andrew?
Question for all of you. Do you see any differences between the food and taste in the U.S. and Albania and Europe?
Yes.
I see a difference between Albania and U.S. I can't speak for the rest of Europe
Yes.
because I haven't traveled that much. But I definitely see a difference.
Yeah, a lot more lamb here. A lot of lamb, a lot of delicious seafood. You get that everywhere. When I was in Western Europe, a lot of pork, especially in Germany. A lot of pork here, though, too. The only thing I noticed about Albania, you don't got as much beef. You know, we still got a great butcher.
Oh,
When
yeah.
we get the ground hamburger from.
Fantastic. We've had some fantastic roasts.
Right. So the food here it's simple, but it's delicious.
Mhm.
And the good thing, everything is farm to table. So you got none of the processed crap in it, none of the hormones, none of that crap.
I pay a lot of attention to how I feel after I eat because in the U.S., I was dealing with a lot of health issues and inflammation. And after I would eat, I would just kind of monitor how much inflammation I had and the symptoms I would have after eating.
Right. Mhm.
And so I feel better with most of the food that I eat here. I don't get the inflammation.
Doug 30, hi guys, what's it like watching local TV shows and subtitles? Believe it or not, and I should, but I still watch Dallas television, believe it or not,
Yeah.
using my Fire Stick. So that helps out a lot. I should be watching more of theirs, and they do have subtitles that you can
We watch YouTube.
Yeah, we watch a lot of YouTube. Chef, food is so different. Tomatoes, eggs, even taste different. Yes,
Yeah.
even the eggs, the yolk is higher.
Yeah.
And a
it's
much
dark.
brighter color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The eggshells are so thick it's hard
Right,
to crack eggs.
Yeah.
But we said the same thing. I mean, even like tomatoes and onions are so much different. They have a lot of flavor.
And I see, hi everyone from Burbank, California. Would you recommend going to Albania in the winter? Yeah, it's just a different time of year. A lot of people are going to say like Poker Desk and some of the other beach cities that half the city shuts down. I'm good with that. But if you want summer, the beaches are wonderful. If I was younger, yeah, give me the crowds and everything. A little older, I don't really need that no more. It's not my thing. See, some of the things are scrolling by too
That's
quick for me
going
to read.
fast. Where are we?
Urban, you guys should start changing Fanta for all the publicity. Yeah, we should.
Maybe Jesse can get sponsored.
I like that. Yeah. Oh, see, smart guys. Oh, he's got his head in there. Conrad's in Durrus has more beef. Durrus says, okay, very good. It's an Italian store. Thank you. I'll have to look for it next time we're in Durrus. Cody, excited for the food. I have inflammation issues as well. Andrew can talk about that a lot.
Yeah. I've had very, very few inflammation issues here. And when I do, they're very mild compared to what I had in the U.S. I was struggling to find food in the U.S. that didn't cause inflammation for me.
Right. I'm so glad that you're feeling much better.
I mean, I do avoid processed food there's plenty of processed food on the shelves here. You can still find it if you wanted it to, but just buying produce and meat, I don't get the inflammation.
Right. Straight from the butcher. Absolutely. So very good. Okay, there is an Albanian community in Spokane. Oh, very good. Okay, Phil was talking to you were talking to Ilya. And Ilya's living in Colorado right now. Okay, very good. Grow where you're planted. I have autoimmune disease inflammation. It's much better here. I'm glad you're doing better, man.
Yeah.
Glad you're doing better. And Eugene, okay, well, I'm sold on Albania. See you soon.
See you soon.
Yeah, that's how we felt. That's how we all felt about it. So
Yeah.
things are going good. So good to hear that. We've been going for an hour.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, buddy. Yeah. We've been on for about an hour.
An hour so far?
An hour so far, really. Let's see how many people we have in here right now. 44.
Oh, don't show me. Now I see 44 people in front of me. I'm gonna get nervous.
I'm sorry. I
No, it's okay.
up a little bit. There we go. Scoot over a little bit. So it was cool that Jesse showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was an unexpected surprise.
And you're right now, Fanta's famous.
I know. Sponsorship.
Fanta, if you're watching.
Or we're gonna get sued. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe one or the other. Let me see. Hope so, Eugene. Okay. We're going to sign off. What do you think?
Yeah, this has been fun.
It's been fun. We're going to try to do this hopefully once a week on the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Andrea is always welcome. Hopefully she'll be starting to do that. Now, you tell me you changed the name of your channel.
New Life Albania?
New Life
Yep.
Albania. Give her a shout out. A great channel. Like I said, we bounce things off of each other. So show her some love, you guys. Please check out her channel. She's fantastic. I know a lot of you already has. So it's really
I appreciate
good.
those of you who have, and if you haven't, you are welcome.
Yeah,
Come
so
check me out.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see you guys next weekend. I got a couple drilling videos put out. I also got another one coming out, I believe midnight my time, just in a couple hours about to come out. I know you're going to do your walking.
Yes.
So you did that big hike where she went all the way to Macedonia.
Yeah,
Okay.
so hopefully we'll get that up either tonight or tomorrow morning. It's a lot more editing than I'm used to, so it's taking some more time, but I want it to look good. So in a day or so, there'll be another video up.
Very good. So we're going to go. Thanks to Jess. Thanks to Andrea. Thanks to you guys. We guys appreciate it. Thanks to my wife. She's in the other room. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.